When there are large construction projects in places that have been continuously inhabited for over 1,000 years, archaeologists take the opportunity to go in and see what traces of life in former times can be found in the layers of earth lying beneath the present-day buildings. Recently, for example, one team working near London came across a small piece of bone on which, after a good supper over 1,200 years ago, 2 people had scratched their names. At first, these faint marks were mistaken for knife cuts left when the meat was carved off the bone. Then an archaeologist made out what seemed to be numbers. Finally, after careful cleaning, not just words, but actual signatures were revealed, and researchers realised just what they'd found. Because what this and other related finds imply is that some ordinary farmers, living in small communities like this, were surprisingly literate, that this level of education was not restricted to merchants and scholars as had previously been thought. So it challenged the traditional view of life in a small British agricultural community at that time. According to the experts, the writing on the bone is of a type that has been found in various regions, most commonly in Scandinavia, but also in parts of Holland and Germany. It is very rare to find it in Britain, however. Bone writing found elsewhere even seems to contain jokes of some sort, although we might not find them very funny today. One bone, for example, is actually inscribed with the word bone. The London bone was probably discarded after the meal, because it was recovered from what must have been a rubbish dump, along with lots of other debris. Not all of the dump's contents were worthless, however. Also found was a tiny silver coin, which also helps to prove that this was a community where some people had money to pay taxes or fines, or buy goods. It must have been a sad loss to its owner, however, because although no larger than a fingernail, the coin is estimated to have been worth not just one, but a whole flock of sheep. Also discovered nearby was about 20 kilograms of red clay, the greatest volume ever found on such a small site. This excellent clay was used as a building material by people in these communities, and is clear evidence that many families must have lived on the site. Next summer, archaeologists intend to build a hut just like the ones people inhabited, and confirm their theories about how this type of hut was constructed and how people lived at that time.